Where are we going? Book thrifting! Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Get ready with me to go book thrifting. No, we're not doing that. I mean, I am getting ready, but we're not doing it. Get ready with me. I'm so excited. I have 4 Goodwills that I want to go to, which are like my normal Goodwills. If you've seen any of my other book thrifting videos, then it's the same one. I'm not looking for anything in particular. I don't know what I'm gonna find. If I find something, that's awesome. And if I don't, well, I'll cry. Got my book thrifting fuel. I'm gearing up. I'm getting ready. Gotta get in the mindset. Now, it is the middle of the summer in the desert, so I have no idea if these Goodwills are gonna be packed with people just looking for things to do that don't require being outside and melting. Fingers crossed. I hope I am successful. I haven't gone book shopping in a while. I said for 2026, I'm not gonna buy too many books. I'm only gonna buy like new releases because I'm running out of room on my current shelves and on my TBR cart, but I think I'm just gonna buy more bookshelves. And I can't breathe without you, but I have to Where can I make a U-turn? And I've got this little tiny mic, but I've only ever tried to use it when it's like this. If I put it on my shirt, maybe I should have worn like a lower cut. Wow, that looks so subtle. Goodwill, number 1. Should I buy some Halloween decorations? I don't know, they're kind of blocking all the books. Anyway, here we are at Goodwill number 1. Here's all the books we have to look through. I said to myself, I'm going to not care if people see me recording myself, and I'm not doing that. Wait, these books? I've been wanting to read these. And is this the whole series? I'm gonna have to look it up. These might all be coming home with me. Okay, so it's actually missing like 2 books, but low-key, I think I'm gonna take them anyways because I feel like it. There's actually kind of a lot of good stuff in here today. A lot of good books. Like this Agatha Christie, The Land of Stories. I read the first one when I was a kid, and that book was so strange. They have, so many books from the How to Train Your Dragon series. They kind of look like they're in good shape. I'm like, do I want them? Like, here's number 5. Here's the rest of some of them. No, I can't take them. I mean, I could, but I might not. Oh, wait, they got Love and Gelato down here? What other stuff do they have? Killers of the Flower Moon, The Devil in the White City. I have that one already. Do I have that one? I'm just kidding. I have it. I have 200 books, but I can definitely say whether or not I own a book. But imagine if I couldn't, because I had too many. Oh, I literally just read this book. Funny. This is definitely what I need. Like, I get this, and like my library is complete. Like, never need another book. There are always so many James Patterson books at the thrift store. Well, that's lovely. All right, I've looked through everything. I think I'm gonna be done. I was like fully prepared to get in the car and like film an update being like, oh, I got 5 books at that first thrift store, which is great. And then as I was checking out and the guy was scanning all my books, I realized I didn't get 5 books. I got 6 books. I forgot about one of the books I had in my hand. It's okay, because I did want the books. I just forgot I'd picked it up. So 6 books from the first thrift store. I'd say that's a success. I paid $18 for them. What? That's a great deal. We love. So don't look at me, got a girl at home and everybody knows that. Second Goodwill. Now if I go in here and I see any scalpers, it's on site. Their little phone apps scanning all the books, trying to see which ones they can make a buck off of. No. I walked in and I didn't know where I was because they moved all their books to the other side of the store. I mean, yes. Well, I can see why that one is here. It's literally like a brick. Who wants to read that much about organic chemistry? Along with James Patterson, there's always a lot of Janet Ivanovich in here. I'm like, I've never read any of her books. Like, maybe I should pick one up just to see what it's about. And then I remember, oh wait, it's literally always in the thrift store, so maybe I shouldn't. I've been wanting to read this one. The Gunkel, not whoever that guy is. And they got Wonder, some good ones. Anybody want to do a buddy read there? This might be the most, like, the newest book I've seen on these shelves, but I'm not gonna buy it because I read it and I hated it. This book was actually really good. I enjoyed it way more than I thought I was going to. They got these really pretty copies of the Outlander books. but I mean, that's probably too spicy for me, but they're really pretty. Well, that Goodwill was not as successful. There was a couple in front of me who were digging through the books, and I could hear them saying things like, oh, I just found this one at Barnes & Noble. Oh, I just heard about this one on Goodreads. I was like, you're going through and picking out all the good stuff, aren't you? So I found one book, and it was one that I wanted to read, one that I had on my list. I actually currently have a hold on Libby for the audiobook. Oh, I've been wanting to read it, but it's probably better that I read it physically. Goodwill number 3. I'm hopeful. I found some good stuff in this one and the next one, so hopefully our luck continues. What is it with Goodwills and moving all their stuff around and then not moving the signs? This one had also moved their books and I couldn't find them. We have got many Rick Riordan books. I love them. Tell me why I literally thought that was misspelled. I'm just dumb. Love that. Love that. Love that book. There's always at least one. Oh my gosh, I used to love this book as a kid. I would totally buy it, except it's got a torn corner, but I used to love that book. Lois Lowry, The Giver. I just listened to this again, and it was so good. So good. The Kite Runner. I have this, but I still haven't read it yet. The Ranger's Apprentice. Is that a good series? If you haven't read The Lunar Chronicles, what are you doing? Stop what you're doing and go read The Lunar Chronicles. Like, please. If anybody was wondering where the best place to put your cart you don't want anymore is, it's right in the middle of the aisle, like nowhere near the door. Like that's really just like the best place that you could put that. Yes. Now who would want to donate that book? Such a good book. Yes. I love this book. I'm not finding anything. I take it back, I found one. You could never pay me enough money to read that book. I ended up getting 2 books in there, and they were both hardbacks. Usually those are $4, but one of them for some reason came up as 50% off, so I only paid $6 for 2 hardback books. On to the next Goodwill. Here we are, Goodwill number 4. Immediately I spot another copy of The Fifth Wave. Yes. That book right there. That one. You see it? You see it? Hated it. Do you think I should get my mom this book? I remember reading this book when I was in maybe the 6th grade, and for some reason it really freaked me out. Now if I go in here and I see any scalpers, it's on site. I chickened out. I'm not cut out for jail. I know that about myself. I'd never last. Also, I figured that if I go to jail, I can't read all the books that I just bought. So I ended up buying 3 books. That was the last store I was gonna go to today. Okay, it's the next day. I ran out of time to do the haul yesterday. Let's get into all of the books that I bought yesterday. I ended up getting 12 books across the 4 Goodwills that I went to yesterday, which is a great haul, and I'm so excited about all the books that I bought. So at the first Goodwill, I ended up getting 6 books. The first books I got were the Alchemist books. These are 4 out of the 6 books of the Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel, I believe is the name of the series. So this is the Magician, the Enchantress, the Warlock, and the Necromancer. Now, Nicholas Flamel is mentioned in the Harry Potter series. I'm not exactly sure what the correlation is. I'm going to assume that Nicholas Flamel is not a fictional character that was created by J.K. Rowling. There must be some sort of Nicholas Flamel rooted in history that is also being used to write this series, because this is not a series written by J.K. Rowling. It's written by Michael Scott, and it's a New York Times best-selling series. I also got Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. This is a book that has been on my TBR for a long time. I've heard great things about this. I believe it's become some sort of film adaptation, but it's been on my TBR for a long time, and this copy was in pretty good shape, so I had to pick it up. And then the final book that I got at the first Goodwill was Summer of '69 by Ellen Hildebrand. I have actually not read any Ellen Hildebrand books so far, but I've heard amazing things about all of her Nantucket books and things. This one is about a family and how their summer vacation is changing, how all of their lives are kind of intertwined and taking a turn that they might not have expected. This will be interesting. At the second Goodwill, I only got 1 book, but I'm pretty excited about this. I got The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by John Mark Comer. This is a Christian kind of self-help book that is very popular. I currently have a hold on the audiobook on Libby, and I've been waiting for it for several months. I still have several months to wait for this. I managed to get a hardback copy. It's in incredible shape. When it comes to these kind of books, I enjoy reading the physical copies more because I can highlight, I can write things in them of all of the things that I want to remember. I am happy about this purchase. At the third Goodwill, I got 2 books. The first book that I picked up was James by Percival Everett. I believe this is one of the best books to come out of 2025. It's supposed to be a really good book. Maybe we should read the blurb. When Jim overhears that he is about to be sold to a man in New Orleans, separated from his wife and daughter forever, he runs away until he can formulate a plan. Okay, so a runaway slave. Is this a... No. I was about to say something stupid. Meanwhile, Huck has faked his own death to escape his violent father. As all readers of American literature know, thus begins the dangerous... Oh, no, this totally is an Adventures of Huckleberry Finn retelling. James is destined to be a major publishing event and a cornerstone of 21st century American literature. It'd be really cool if this is in... Whoa! I was gonna look to see if this is a first edition, because that would be kind of cool if this does become like a huge, like, 21st century classic. Oh, actually, this book was published in 2024. It was published in 2024, but I believe it became, like, super popular last year. Anyways, I was going to look to see when it was published, and look how many books that Percival Everett has written. That is so many, and I don't think I've heard of any of these. Wow, that's wild. So I read this one, I'll have to check out some of his other books. Now I'm even more excited about that. The second book I got at this Goodwill was Gilded by Marissa Meyer. Now, Marissa Meyer has written some amazing books that I have loved. She has written the Lunar Chronicles, which I haven't finished yet, but it's one of my favorite series. She has written Renegades, which I just finished, and that is a 5-star series for me. And she's also written The Escape Game that she wrote with Tamara Moss. So I love Marissa Meyer books, and so I had to pick up this one because it's hardback, it's in great shape. This book is huge though. It's literally bigger than my head. It's not large print though, it's just large. Marissa Meyer does really great fairy tale retellings, and this is a retelling of Rumpelstiltskin. At the fourth Goodwill, I got 3 books. First book I picked up was Isaac's Storm by Eric Larson. I have read one of his books called In the Garden of Beasts. He writes nonfiction in a kind of story format, but this one, Isaac's Storm, is about the 1901 hurricane that took place in Galveston, which is the deadliest hurricane in America's history. And as someone from Houston, like, I've always had a strange fascination with this hurricane in particular. I was like, I have to pick this up. Not 1901, 1900. It killed over 6,000 people. Next, I picked up this copy of Daughter of the Siren Queen by Trisha Levenseller. This is the sequel to Daughter of the Pirate King, which I do have, but this copy is in really good shape, so I picked it up. And then the third book that I picked up is another Eric Larson book. This is The Splendid and the Vile, which is another book centered around World War II, but this one is following Winston Churchill. This is a hefty book. This book is actually, like, heavy. At the time that this book was published, he had already published 5 books that have become bestsellers, and they're all nonfiction. And so I think for a nonfiction history book to be a bestseller, the author has to be an incredible storyteller. So those are the 12 books that I read. Nope. So those are the 12 books that I bought while book thrifting yesterday. This is a great haul. I don't think I've gotten that many books since the very first time I ever went book thrifting. That's exciting. Anyways, guys, thank you for coming along. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up to let me know that you enjoyed this type of content. Comment down below your last great book shopping find, and subscribe to my channel for more bookish content in the future. I hope you have a lovely rest of your week, and I'll see you guys next time.